back on Sparkling Memories. Today we're going to actually talk about relationship, whether you should leave or you should stay. Okay, ready for the questions?
I think so, man.
We're on the scene. Okay, first question. How long have you been in a relationship? What's your longest relationship?
9 years going on 10.
Now, if you're in a relationship, right, what will cause it to break apart? Like, say for instance, you said this is it, that's it, we're done, ending. What will cause a relationship to end?
And cheating, I would say. That would be the number one reason. I mean, most other stuff, unless a person probably just absolutely crazy and you can't deal with that shit.
Absolutely
But,
crazy?
Yeah, that's absolutely off the wall crazy. That's something you just probably shouldn't even get yourself into. But I would say cheating. And cheating to me is that's the most disrespectful. That's the most disrespectful thing, because it's like, if you feel like you can't be with the person alone, I mean, fuck it, go your way. Plain and simple. I mean, don't waste their time. I mean, I know they ain't gonna be wasting their time, because obviously they in it just for one thing, and
to do that thing.
Just to get the goods. I mean, once they get the goods, they happy with that, and that's all they in it for. But long term wise, they ain't in for all of that. They just in for the short term. I mean, you gotta actually sit down and realize who is for short term and who is for long term. Because now somebody could look good and they might have all the right stuff to them, but they might be into playing the field, and you ain't into playing the field, so you ain't gotta do something different there, especially with that stuff.
Now, in relationship, you have givers and takers, right? In your definition, what would you consider a gutter rat or a gold digger?
All takes and no give.
So that would be a sugar baby, in other words, and a sugar daddy.
Basically, yeah, well, you could call it a leech. Just stick onto you and just suck your blood out of you. I mean,
so the same thing as saying a doorknob, everybody gets a turn, basically.
Yeah, those is just how I could put it. It might sound wrong for me to say it, but those
keep it clean.
Those you just do the one thing and you keep it moving and just leave it at that, because it ain't gonna be nothing more than that. You try to push it past that, you gonna be practically hanging your heart where you can't reach it, and that's not too good. Not for anybody.
Well, you did bring a valid point. In reference to that, what would you consider a toxic relationship?
Toxic to me is, say you're in a relationship with somebody, and from the time you get up to the time you go to sleep, it's always arguing. It's always, how to put it, it's never to a place where it's like, okay, hi baby, how you doing? Let's go out to eat. It's always a bunch of rah. Nah. To me, that's toxic. That's actually a freaking job by damn self. A job that you ain't gonna never get paid for. That.
So you view a relationship as a job? So you have to put your application on to get in?
A toxic relationship is a job. A real relationship, it's a bonus, basically. Because now you have a companion and all of that stuff. But a toxic relationship will bring you down. That's something that you should not even try to get into, because it's a dead end. That's like you going to a dead end and expecting to get to the highway. No, it's a dead end. That's all you're going to be, to a dead end. You'll have to find a different road to get to the highway. So now it's the same thing with dealing with a toxic relationship. You to a dead end, but you actually try and be on the highway. You're trying to keep moving, but this person at a standstill. Hell no. Best to leave that alone. Cut your losses. If you did invest, sorry to tell you, it's a bad investment. Cut your investment, cut your losses, and keep it moving.
Well, one last question. What makes up a good relationship?
I would say, how to put it? First of all, you gotta be in love with the person in a relationship for it to actually go anywhere. You gotta actually be truthful. To me, start by getting to know the person, and you go from there, and then you build your relationship up as to what you want, but you have to be in constant communication with a person as to, okay, I want to be at this place in 10 years. Then you have to figure out where the other person wants to be at that same time period and see if it matches, see if it's something that you could deal with, see if it's something you can't. That's how you know what works for you and what don't. Yes, they're gonna have times you don't have to make sacrifices or whatever, but I mean, it's all part of a good relationship. You have to have 50-50 to me. The stuff what you don't want for yourself, don't give it. The same thing with your lady or whatever the case is. What she don't like for herself, she shouldn't give it to you. Keep on that path and try your best to work along those lines. And once you're being respectful about things and there's actually real love there, then yeah, you should go someplace. It should make you feel better. Because to me, a good relationship actually complements a person. It completes them, because you wasn't born here to be by yourself. So
I agree. If it's worth it. Well, for one thing, there are different signs. You are the only person can determine whether or not the relationship is right for you, or it's time to split. Like, bye, see you, don't call, don't text, nothing. Basically. Now, when it comes to that, it depends on where you're at in your life, because sometimes people drift apart, whether it be financial reasons, whether it be health-wise, and then the goals tend to be different. Because now the time your goals for when you were younger and now as an adult is going to be the same. Sometimes it's going to shift, and some people can roll with it. Other people can, yeah, deuces, see you later. It all depends on the situation and where you are in your life and the person that's with you. If they're helping you to grow and advance and get to a stage where you and the person and have an understanding as far as where you go from here, because you want to have goals. You don't just want to be in a relationship and it doesn't even make no sense. Like, one of the things I notice is people don't see different signs. One of the signs you have to at least pay attention to is how the person treats you. Like, if they're treating you like crap and they're not going out with you and don't want to be seen with you in public, then obviously something more going on there. Like, it's not obvious, but to a lot of people it might not be, right? I don't know how.